terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hi, I'm Loéva. I'm an artist, and yeah, a few weeks ago I took part in an art competition which was really fun. It was actually a youth art competition, so it was for artists between the age of 15 and 25. So me being 17, I was instantly like, hell yes, perfect opportunity. So yeah, for now I just have my painting set up and I've taped it down to the table so it doesn't warp too much when I go in with watercolours, and I've just started to sketch out my design. Yeah, sketching out my drawing really just helps me get organised, especially when I'm working with watercolours. It's really difficult to rub things out or change things last minute, so I really like to have my sketch drawn out and have everything in place beforehand. The first thing that I did was that I just filled out all the areas of skin with skin tone. So I just did a base layer of that, and my technique with watercolour really is to just build up those layers over time. Yeah, with watercolour I just like to layers, just so many layers. It just really helps to create depth and make it pop a bit more. Rather than doing it all in one layer. That just never worked for me. So here I'm literally just going over areas that are either more saturated or just darker, like shadows. So the theme for this exhibition was Our Voice, Our Future, and I instinctively kind of went towards global warming and our climate crisis. I'm a very big advocate for that kind of stuff. I did a lot of sketching and brainstorming before I actually had an alright idea, but I was really going towards the innocence of youth and how younger generations sort of have these hopes and dreams of a beautiful and perfect world where we live as a part of nature rather than apart from it. And it might seem kind of childish to a lot of people, but I mean, is it though? It is kind of what we should be striving for. So that's kind of partly what I wanted to display, but also just how we are desperately crying out for help and for action, but also Mother Nature's kind of symbolised in here too, Mother Nature crying out for help. Yeah, a lot of ideas in there, but I really like the concept, so it was a lot of fun to make. And yeah, I took a photo of myself for this. Increasingly, the more and more I paint, I realise how important it is for me, or just helpful for me, to take my own photos. It gives you a lot of freedom of the exact pose that you want or the exact composition that you want. It's a lot harder to find exactly what you had in your head when you're looking for an image online, and if you're like me, you will just look for images for literally hours and just never find what you're looking for. So especially when it comes to anatomy, I just opt to take photos of myself, and it saves me so much time. Something that I've noticed as I paint more and more people or faces is that I really like to incorporate other colours into the skin tone, whether that's blue or green or orange. I don't know why. I feel like when you look at someone's face, there's all these interesting undertones that they might not seem so obvious, but some people might have blue undertones or green undertones. So I feel like adding a little bit of those colours makes it stand out. I don't know, I really like it. I really wanted to exaggerate this. It was actually inspired by a past painting that I had made, and I wanted to kind of do the same thing for this piece. I really saturated my reds. I especially concentrated it around the shoulders, the elbows, the ends of the fingers, the ears. I'm not sure if it just makes her look sunburnt, but we'll go with it, I guess.
Thank you.
this stage, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to go with my initial plan, which was to have a really dark black background. I didn't really know if it would potentially ruin the piece, but I was actually really rushed to finish this piece. I was so busy with university, and I don't know why, but I was having a really bad art block, and I just couldn't come up with good ideas. So I actually started this painting quite late, and I only had 2-3 days to finish it, so didn't really have that much time to make that really saturated black background. So I ended up just opting for some sort of grey wash. This is when I'm nearing the end of the painting. It's one of my favourite stages, when I can start working with details and doing some line work with a really thin paintbrush. So I was painting in the feathers for the birds and just doing outlines and yeah, just little details that really bring it together. This always takes so much longer than I expect. It's also when I was stressing about whether I would get this done in time, but it all worked out really well in the end. Once I had kind of got those details down, I went in with my white gel pen to do some highlights. So I did it in the eyes of the birds and yeah, some more outlines and just any places where I think the light would catch. After that, this is actually a technique I didn't know about until really recently. I like to go back and use coloured pencils to just saturate some colours more or darken some areas. It just makes it look so much cooler, I think. Yay! I did it in 2 days! Yes! And that's the end of the painting. Look, there are definitely a lot of areas to improve upon, but for 2 days work, it's not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with it. I did put the piece of paper underneath a stack of really heavy books just to flatten it, because watercolour paper does warp, but once I had left that for a while and scanned it, I submitted it, and all that was left to do was wait. So I just got an email saying that I'm a finalist in the art competition. How cool is that? My next step is to bring in the artwork to the venue so that they can frame it and set it up for the exhibition. The launch event is next week, so that's when everybody can come in and see the exhibition, and that's also when they announce the winners. I guess I'll see you there.
And declared prize goes to Loéva.
Yeah, so I came third place, and I didn't take any photos. I'm so sorry. So enjoy these lovely photos that my dad took while I was feeling very embarrassed. It was also really fun to meet the other artists there, and this is the artwork of the first prize winner, and she got to have her artwork on stickers all around the city, so that was really cool. One of my prizes was a gift card for Eckersley's, which is an art shop. So I splurged and I got some gouache, which I've been wanting to try for ages, so I'm so excited. I also got some varnish because I've realised that I've literally haven't varnished any of my paintings, which is pretty bad. And finally, I got myself a little detail paintbrush for oil painting because I didn't actually have one, and that was really painful. And I still have a little bit of money left in there, so I might just go back. And yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to let me know if you did. I also just wanted to mention in here, because it just means so much to me, one of the very recent videos that I made received a lot of views, like 10 times more views than I'm used to, and just a lot of love. Like, you guys just leave such sweet comments, and I really wanted to make sure that I say thank you, because like I need to voice how much I appreciate that. But yeah, just a side note also, I should have prints of this artwork available on my Etsy shop by now. So if you are interested, there's a link in the description box. There's a bunch of other prints and stickers and other things like that. I will also leave my social media handles in the description if you're interested. I'll stop plugging myself now. Have an amazing rest of your day, make some art, and I'll see you next time. Bye!